and I clicked the button. Let me know if you can hear me and you can see me. Please and thank you. Sign off in the chat right now. You can see me and you can hear me. For that is very, very important. And I'm just trying to find... That is a giant Stuart. But not as big as his ego. There is. Yes, can you hear me? Can you see me? Are you, okay, good. So, straight off the bat, hi guys. Commander Cooking's here. I guess acting captain today. Today I was at a Star Trek, well, I was at a sci-fi convention since, well, I woke up at 7 AM. It is now 10:30 PM. So I've been up for, what's that, 15 hours? And at about 5 PM my time, 12 PM Stuart time, I got a message from Stuart's wonderful wife Sylvia saying that the Canadian internet and cellular tower network is down. And me being at a convention, I was, you know, toing and froing, etc. And I was quite surprised by this and not really able to process it fully. And I managed to get back from the convention about 2 hours ago, hour and a half ago. And we had a phone call because she had internet in her office, which is a different internet network. And she let me know that, yes, indeed, Canada, as of still, I've heard nothing from them, so as of currently, most of Canada is without internet or phones. So there is no Stuart today because he has no access to anything. I've not heard from him. I've heard from Sylvia. She'll be going home soon. So we have no Stuart. But this live, especially season finale, is a huge funding milestone for the channel. And without these sorts of things, we can't continue to do the channel. We're already doing not so well this month anyway because of some other things. So I want to jump on either way and do this live with you guys. Because A, I know you want to talk about it. I want to talk about it. And Super Chat's going to be very, very important today to try and help. So let's see if we can hit some goals. Let's see if we can hit some targets. Let's see if we can have some fun. And I'm going to be the solo today. However, I have got a special guest star. I have Plushy Stuart. So occasionally, he might have some opinions. If you recall, we have done videos previously where he's... So there will be some slight Stuart... Because I have obviously done 5 videos with him already luckily yesterday. So I do know what he thinks about many things. So and he'll probably watch this after the fact and have some thoughts. So we might get... Hello, I'm Stuart. I like this episode. Or some better voice. But it's just me today. So, you know, super chat for Sorry for Stuart. Who could be our first super chat of the day. And, crazy. But I'm here. So I hope that's okay, everybody. And I asked a poll before he started. I said, who's excited to talk about the episode? Yes, 94%. Fantastic. I want to get an instant vote on that. So, yeah. Here I am. I'll ask a new question poll. Ah, Wyatt. $5. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, first real poll. Did you like this episode? And the poll answers are going to be yes, lots. No, not really. It was okay. It fine, nothing. So a nice broad thing today. Ah, 2 more super chats. Metallica fan 1442. Thanks for the live stream. Not sure I'll be here for it as I'm feeling tired after work. Yes, I'm feeling tired too. But $10 is fantask, as you know. So thank you so much. And Charles, hi Charles, good to see you. Hello, Captain Cockix. That was a really great episode. Yes, promotion for now, and hopefully when Stuart sees this, what? He'll be fine with me taking taking the reins. So I'm going to start for it as I'm feeling tired after work. Showing this on Facebook. I hope they didn't hear the other version of me because I'm unplugged for a minute. So I'm just going to post this. Vote in the poll. Super chat your thoughts, your initial thoughts. I'd love to hear some initial reactions. What did you think? What did you like? Yeah. What did you think? 75 people watching. Post super chats. Let us know what you think. I'd love to hear. Because I've watched this twice now. It certainly feels more like a movie than some other episodes. And I haven't heard anyone else's opinions. I did the film yesterday, and actually, most of the people I talked to at the convention today hadn't seen it, so they kept saying no spoilers, which I thought was funny. I am alive reviewing Stranger Worlds episode 10. But yes, apologies for no Stuart, but he's in a nationwide crisis. Sorry, Stuart. We love you. Sorry, have no. I hope he's just watching Blu-rays at home. I hope he's sort of accepted his thing, just doing that. Oh, Andy. $20 straight out of the gate. Thank you so much. Will this be enough to get a Canada new internet? I mean, monopolies are risky. I would like to think that it's already been, God, 7 hours. 7 hours without any phones or internet. I mean, we could all last without that, but the infrastructure element of talking... Gosh, so you'd like to think there's more redundancy, but you say that, but then Texas had that big freeze. I don't know what I've done to fix the infrastructure, and we had something bad here. I can't remember what that you'd think would fix it, and they didn't fix it. So, flooding. I think we have flooding sometimes that they should fix, but yeah. Oh, Clarence as well, doing good. Keep them up, guys. Keep them up. Mark Lawrence, $5. President Lawrence. It was a great episode. And as a bonus, it solidified that it's not in the prime timeline since Enterprise wasn't refit to look like it was in TOS. Yes! Yes. So yeah, vote in the poll. So, what do you guys think? Let's see what, and I'll jump in. Oh yeah. Well, you didn't crash. I mean, I can throw a tweet. That'd be kind of funny. Yeah, I can. Hey, one of our Trekyards audience said you should jump on my live for the next 2. Internet is dead. There is a slot. You and us. There you go. Send that over. Oh, Chuck Jones as well. $5. Thanks so much. I like the episode, but it contradicts Discovery, where Tenavik told Pike his fate would be sealed if he takes the time crystal from Borath. It was a different crystal, though. And Zachary Gibbons. Zachary, go rewind to the start. I give quite a lengthy exposition about why. It's quite a long answer. Oh, NZ Fade. So yeah, what did you guys think? NZ Fade wasn't a fan. Joe loved it. Stanley's, I like the What If episodes. Yes, me too. John Mac Watt. Last I saw, it was the highest rated episode on IMDb. Ooh, that's interesting. Sean, I like how one decision can change the course of the Federation. I like Picard. Pike is that important. Well, Sean, I mean, if Picard was taken out of many situations in TNG, bad things happen too. I don't think that's I don't think we can equate the two. I mean, you take Picard out of lots of things and it would go very, very differently. Or Riker out of Best of Both Worlds, we can change him from someone else, it could be very different. Let's see. Jason's good. Django, yes. Yes, the Romulans took out communications in Canada, possibly. Hey, Joseph, that's, yeah. Sure, a few, I'm guessing. Danny Jamie. Janie? 14 months. Oh, yes. Federation President, that is... Boy, you have no idea. In the bad month, that is so helpful. He says, hashtag more drunk random from Trekyards. Well, we have plans to do... Trekyards, we'll do a Trekyards retrospective of the season pretty soon. Joe, thanks Joe, $5. Has Strange World found the right feel for modern live-action Trek? Liked how this episode was cut, although they stole from TS a little. Hey, less than Aliens last week. Ooh, John, high score. Good tea, nice house. Love this episode. First few minutes of watching Wesley play Kirk for like a fan film. What do you think of the special effects of Hanson blowing up? Yes, that was a weird one. I almost recognised the explosion from a pack, a VFX pack. I was slightly confused. Hi, Chuck. I'm doing okay. I've been out for 15 hours, so I'm coffee. But this is already going great. We're already doing well. Super chat wise, the vibe's great. 84 people. You guys are. I want the conversation in the chat. I want to hear what you guys think. You know, I can talk for a while, but I want people to bounce off of. So be my people to bounce off of. That's my note. Sean T, $2 or $3 with a thumbs up. Thumbs up right back at you. No, Andy. Don't know if they broke canon in this. That's the advantage of alternate universing, because everything from what minute 4 is an alternate universe, so they didn't break canon at all. Ooh, Joseph. So is it fair to say now that Kirk only becomes captain of the Enterprise because Pike handpicked him? Joseph, if you're here when we get to that point, please re-bring that up because I want to talk about it when we get to there. Please do. Please do. So, my thoughts. And we have done our spoiler-free review and spoiler-filled, so those are the condensed thoughts. I've watched it a second time, which obviously always brings new thoughts. I mean, I really enjoyed it. It's definitely a movie-feeling movie, and it would be kind of funny if they had I guess it would be 21-minute extended version for the Blu-ray. It would be a full feature length. It has a certain scope, which is funny because it's mostly bridge, but the bridge is obviously a high quality, and so was Wrath of Khan. So it has a certain oomph to it where not the other ones didn't, but there's a scale to the story which adds the moviness. So I liked it. I think it's one of the strongest of the season. Me and Stuart really like the what ifs, as I was in the chat earlier. We like alternate realities. It's, I think my word in my other review was it's really ballsy, really really ballsy, because I called it again in the review. I called it Balance of Terror 2: The Reckoning, because it really is. It's shocking actually, but I was left watching it, really enjoying the ride, and wondering how they'll be the same, how they'll be different. There's a lot of taken lines from Balance of Terror. Although in the chat right now, put right now, did you enjoy this or do you prefer this episode or Balance of Terror more, or which do you think is a better episode? I would argue Balance of Terror is still a better episode for many reasons. This is great, but that's a all-time iconic for a reason. So out of the two, would you vote this or Quality of Mercy, or this or Balance of Terror? Like, I would still say Balance of Terror. I think the writing is just a bit better. And then come on, Mark Leonard, amazing. But no, I liked it. There's Alternate Universe allows you a lot of crazy things, and to throw in a Strange World Monster Maroon is crazy. Old Pike, that was fantastic. Farragut, which is confusing. We all thought it was a Connie, and the fan film series Farragut uses a Connie. So, yeah. I don't know. And yeah, vote in the chat right now if you like Balance Terror more or this more. I want to know. It's a thoroughly fun ride, and it's an interesting way of ending his arc, because now he knows, first of all, his life now is still meaningful from episode 1, and also his loss of his life, in a sense, is also meaningful because of its changes to the future. So that's probably going to solidify him quite a lot in this. I liked how Kirk, while I didn't love the performance or even particularly like it as a Kirk performance, I thought they did a very good job of making him seem competent, strong, And there's an unfortunate trope in a lot of modern sci-fi and other things, Star Wars, others, of you make the new heroes look great by making the old heroes look dumb. And that's a problem when the old heroes are legends who have earned their place in respect of history. I was really pleased how well respected Kirk as a captain, tactician, and leader was. He had over half the good ideas of the episode, which is fantastic. He was strong, but not too strong. He was balanced. He was measured, for me anyway. And I think as a captain, he showed great stars of a captain. Wasn't really broken up about loss of his ship though, which I think started to me both times as being off, but only so much to tell. So I think they definitely showed him as a good captain. Different because he hadn't met the Enterprise crew yet, but I was pleased because how do you give Pike and Kirk, the real Kirk, a center seat feel when they are literally sharing the same role structure? That's tricky. Yeah, it's tricky, but I thought it did a good job. But we got some more super chats, which is phenomenal. Keep voting in the poll, guys. Matthew DeFridas, really good to see you, Matthew, and $10 is amazing. Number 1, happy to see Pike's hair settle down in the future. Yeah, not much more grey either. Number 2, didn't care for Wesley. Pine is an alternate universe with a completely different background and still feels more like Kirk. Oh, guys, would you agree that Chris Pine or Wesley, whatever his name is, the new Kirk, which one feels more like Kirk? Let me know. But number 3, he loved the episode. 8.5 out of 10. Yes. Good stuff. Sebastian, hey, good to see you. Thanks for being here. And yeah, it's late for you. What happened to the captain? Yes, it was a great episode among the top 3. I went through it all. Go back to the start, rewatch the first 5 minutes. It's a pretty long explanation. But he's fine. I don't actually know. I hope he's fine. We do, however, have... Hello?
Hello. What is the voice of Captain... Oh, maybe it should be this. Hello. I am Captain Foley. Oh, wait. There I am too. There's a captain over there and a captain there and I'm a captain here. Hello. So, how are we doing today? Do we have enough super chats? Yes? Oh, no. We don't. Guys, we need your help. But seriously though, it was a good episode. Like, good. I was surprised. I mean, damn. But, the new Kirk guys, no. He's not my favorite. I mean, there's only one favorite. It's called William Shatner. And Chris Pine's okay. Although, I know Sam thinks that Chris Pine was better in a sense in his SNL episode, which is crazy. But, sure we can do it. Okay, back to you. Goodbye. Goodbye.
So I have some Stu Foley special guest stars. Bits and Visions, good to see you, as always. Love the episode. I could have sworn I saw an exact TOS terminal on the shots on Pike desk. Yes, they did have a couple of TOS-isms, which was nice. Not as many as they could have been, or should have been, but they did have a few more. I think they were just from various sets they then all put on his desk. But yes, that was nice to see. Sebastian again, the actor that played Kirk simply didn't have the charisma. Yes, charisma is the right word, I would agree. He paled next to Mountain. That is very true. That is very true. I saw the puppet show, which is ironic because they wrote Kirk pretty well for this episode. Too bad they didn't cast him better. That's also that's a good one too. Right, what did people say? People said that Bounce Terror, yes, Bounce Terror, Bounce Terror, Bounce Terror, Bounce Terror. I don't, well, nah, patriotic. Yeah, no, Andy for sure. Blunder on the... Oh, I didn't... Oh, yeah, no, I didn't catch the star chart. Did you like the Farragut class? Yes, I did. I wish it was the one from last week. The hell was it not? And yes, Wolves, the Wolves Bay Network. Yes, indeed. Audio super quiet? Maybe I was further away. Oh, I know. Yes, I know the straight shots. Squad of course, good to see you. Anyone that does not know why Stuart's here, go back to the start and watch why. But no, I thought the story was good. I thought it's a better retelling style than Into Darkness, which is pretty pants. And we just had another one. Which I oh no, it was in Discovery, wasn't it? Don't remember, but it beats the other recreation style episodes by an absolute mile. And there was a certain, I wouldn't say TOS-ness about the setup and the bridge, etc., but the way it was lit was cool. I felt the colours popped more. The lights were more obnoxious, those little circles that flash, which is just silly. But the red obviously really helped, and so much attention to the lighting. And certainly the Balance of Terror bit, they actively pursued a 60s-esque lighting, at least on the faces, which is not subtle by any means. But it's some really nice cheesy moments. Those like 5 minutes of let's recreate Balance of Terror, which I mean they had fun with. You could tell. So I like it. I mean I thought it was a good episode. It's important because by its very nature it is reliant on Balance of Terror, because it can work without, but you kind of, is need the right word? Probably not. You're meant to watch the prime timer first, because that's what happened first. So this works better as a, well, we know what's meant to happen. If you haven't seen Balance of Terror, then this should be good, but I feel like Balance of Terror would be too submarine-y, because knowing that fleet is that close nullifies some of the effect of Balance of Terror. However, as I said in one of our many videos we've already produced, that it's interesting that the Praetor with a fleet is 2 hours away from the border, which is nothing in this version of the universe, given they re-talked about distance being important, which is fantastic. I really need the distance to be important in Trek in this era. That's really freaking close to be 2 hours away, and so that fleet was very capable. Big ass flagship with another plasma cannon, so that's a star-based destroying thing. Yeah, it does. That's the thing though. It's very tricky because Strange Worlds is a visual reboot with change to canon anyway, which subtle things, which means it's not really fully. Can you trust it? Yeah, maybe not. On top of that, you have alternate universe, alternate timeline, so nothing you see can truly be trusted to add to canon. I don't really believe that La'an was second con of the Farragut. That seems very odd to me. I like seeing her with long hair. I like the relaxed one. That was great, but I don't buy that as being the actual prime what happened. So it's all pinch of salt, which is why it's fun, because you do whatever you want. But I definitely don't. I'm not going to incorporate. There's a big ass fleet 2 hours away with all these powerful ships. Things happen in between, and who's to say influence from the Federation didn't equate to things they did before that, as in there are spies or whatever's. I will give them plenty of positive credit that we didn't even get the hint, not even a hint, that the rest of the fleet could cloak, which is great, because changes the entire ball game if they can all cloak radically. Both there was a plasma torpedo testbed and a cloak testbed. They were surprised by it, so that is important for it to still be that way. So I like this warp in and then boom, and then do their thing. They don't have to worry about cloaking. Yes, I was happy with that. But we've got some super chats. Andre Benson, thank you so much. $5. Like I said yesterday, I didn't put too much into the new Kirk because this was a different reality. I wasn't expecting the Kirk we were used to. Very fair. but the actor is you know, the charisma's just not there. That deep well of oomph, you know. But yes, okay. The actor, great job. As a captain, good job. As a strong leader, good job. As a balance leader, good job. As Kirk, which I always say this, contrast is a great tool when it comes to these things. He makes Chris Pine look better in contrast. That he had that something, which is amazing. And SHANG, $5, thank you. What do you think about that photo of young Pike and April? Yes. And we saw that in a previous Ready Room something, a leak thing, and it was like 2 weeks ago. I was like, yes! I was going to cover that either way next week. I'm excited to look at it. I'm really happy they focused on it. I mean, that's super surreal. Actually, yeah, super surreal. Alternate Wrath of Khan looking at real Cage was boy, they do mess around with visual canon a bit, don't they? They love it one day, they don't like another day. But Sylvia is here. Hello, everyone. She reports the captain's alive, just in a black hole. Sylvia, I assume you haven't gone home yet. Are you going home soon? Have you heard from him? I don't know if you can. I hope he's fine. I hope he's just watching Blu-rays and playing video games and not doing much. Cade, Japanese Prime Minister. No, I have no idea what it's about. I've been at a convention all day. Oh my goodness. Wow. That's horrible. I'm really sorry. That's wow. That as well as a big old Canadian. That's 2 big events in one day. That's crazy. Yeah, Sylvia. Well, I hope. Is anything calming down there, Sylvia? Any news? Because it's been several more hours, Sylvia. Can you help anybody? Hey, Squad was back. Help us with the news of the country. Oh, Russell. Great question. Do you think they'll have Scotty make a reappearance soon? They tease him with the famous voice. Yeah, good voice. I like it. A good impersonation. Do you want to see Scotty in Stranger Worlds? Yes, no, vote now in the chat. Sylvia says, might not come back today or tonight at all. Yeah. I guess with the internet, though, they're all, you know, everything's kind of messed up. Is any more hours going to make much of a difference in terms of so much damage has been done? I guess they just kind of like fix it when they can. Yeah, Sylvia, can you not, does your phone, can you not connect to somehow the 4G of your network? Or is it only, I guess only wired through cables? Otherwise you'd be the one magic phone in the neighborhood. Crazy. Yeah, scale thing. Yeah. No, Walls by Network. Yeah, it makes perfect sense for Romulans to be prepared to invade if Bird of Prey's incursion was successful. I'm torn on that just because it was a test of the ship. It was a test of it wasn't just a test of the reaction. It was a test of weapon, and yes, the flagship happened to have the same weapon, which is a bit weird by itself, but you could justify it, but I would not have said that innately. Especially the bloody Praetor. I mean, the balls on her for being frontline forces. And she walked in, what, 3rd? Yeah. Yeah. Alan Parr, no to Scotty, just because then that will be another member of the cast who is bulletproof. Yes, very true. It's tricky. It's very, very tricky. Or Aussie, $2. The show shuttlecraft leaving only. Yes, yes. Well, he beams aboard otherwise. Yeah, nice to see the space stuff. It's definitely some nice stuff. Yes, Gorgonzola. Yes, yes, they should have been. Yep. Sylvia says the cell phones are still down. I'm sorry you haven't got a double access. Dear me. Well, Devro, that doesn't make sense in this episode because we see a lot of those ships in the fleet and none of them have the torpedoes, so it can't have been. Otherwise, they would all be doing cool things. So they've kind of taken that away from the canon. Yeah, it's fine. I prefer they did the flagship might be built around that. It would be kind of cooler. Soda Cracker, it's a cool name. Soda Cracker, where did that come from? That's so random. $5. Let me know. Would it have been too cheesy if James Frain, who played Second Discovery, was the wrong commander? Soda, man, as soon as I got Balanced Terror vibes, I was like, bring back Sarek as commander. Bring back Sarek as commander. And then, oh, it's another guy. I mean, I heard one person say, wouldn't have made sense for an audience. They'd be like, why the hell is Sarek there? I get that. But it would have been pretty funny. And he's a good actor. It would have been nice to see him. I will say, though, the guy did pick. He starts out a little bit flat, but he has some really nice little moments. And I kind of hope we see him again. Yeah, I actually liked him a lot. Very, very, very different to Sarek. To Mark Lennon. I would not call them the same character vibe. But I liked him a lot. I thought he was a nice nuance. And it's really nice to see Romulans aren't as pew pew. No, I liked him a lot actually. It would have been great to see James Frain. You could have had so many jokes on that. I think a lot of us were thinking that. Come on. This Joko can't cap phone in. No, there's no phones, no internet, none at all. But I do actually have the episode, as we normally do, have all the stills, although I guess how many stills Stuart sent me for this episode yesterday while we record our stuff. Can you guess how many still frames for this episode? He sent me 3,500 stills. I used to do 150 an episode back in the day when I was running that race. It's a little bit elaborate, but I do want to go scene by scene, and we are going to do one next week as well because Stuart will have internet then, and I want to know what you think's in detail ways. It's kind of a fun opportunity to talk to you guys independently, have some thinks, get us a super chat goal because we're definitely needing it this month, and excited to see more. 500. No. Yeah, I did think they were going to kill Kirk as well. I mean, it kind of like needs him in theory for the journey, but I also thought they were going to kill Kirk because they can. Although they should have had a killed in a bridge, on a bridge, under a bridge joke. I don't know how. Maybe he's in a Jeffrey's tube under his bridge, and the bridge collapses and dies under a bridge again. That would have been a thing. Boy, there's so many screen caps to scroll through. And then Premiere doesn't like that many pictures. Oy vey. But I do want to go through scene by scene because you guys like it, I like it. But I asked you guys, 171 people voted. Did you like this episode? I gave 4 options. I gave yes, lots, it was okay, liked, but nothing special, and no. 84% yes, lots. That is a phenomenal margin. 9% thought was okay. 6% was good, but nothing special. 1% no. That is insane. I'm gonna send that to my production, the person that worked on yeah, Andy, it looked like the same. I don't think if they didn't invent a new ship last week, they certainly didn't change the model this week. I'm just gonna, cause I have a contact on the Strange New Worlds team. So let me send him the poll I just ran because I hope he's pleased. There you go. Which is kind of fun. I can do that. Anyway, keep chatting your comments. I'm here to read them and discuss with you guys. 123 votes. Fantastic. Oh, SC Scout guy. Is it weird there's no other ships in the area? It is the Romulan neutral zone, and space is pretty broad when you get that far away. I was fine with it. It's one of the few times of one ship in the area. Yes, there could have been a... Well, I mean, there was the lady ship, obviously, so that was pretty close. Oh, no, it wasn't in the timeline, so no. Well, but you say that, but in TOS there's only one ship, so it was the same logic of... God, sorry, bitches. Same logic there. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's what it was. That's what it was. I remembered from a lot earlier. I said this episode did Into Darkness a ton better in terms of retelling the story. It also is the same visual effects company, Pixamondo. For me, and let me know what you think in the chat, this felt like a we know we messed up Picard Season 1 finale, visually, with the spaceships. Because this was a very similar feel. Very similar. And it was a ton better. And it's shocking because it's also identical ships cloned. But there was more variety by one class of ship for the Romulans and two for the Federation. I don't care about those at all, but that's fine. But there's a lot less ships, and you need that sense of relative scale of Armada size to have what felt like, 80 ships, 100 ships just happened to be there. Ugh, felt terrible. This was, 25? 30? A push? And there was, the small, the frigates, the battleship, and the flagship. It felt, something about it worked a lot better. And so I give him a ton of kudos for... It does feel like a conscious, we messed up Picard Season 1. Let's put some more money in it, we'll do it again. And better. It helped that they didn't say, most powerful ship in the Armada. It's like, yeah. Krista, there. Let's have a look. Hey, Wolfsbane. Good. Thank you so much. $5. The Romulan ships looked fantastic. Felt very classic to me. Maybe how they should have looked in Enterprise. Ooh, controversial. Although, well, actually, that's interesting. They're far more jagged and pointy in Enterprise. Interesting. Also a bit of variety. Yes. Hey, I just made it. Now we're same as the other half. Tim, go back and watch the first 5 minutes. I go into great detail. And Sylvia is being Stuart. Don't forget the super chats. I do not forget super chats. No. Remember the last lot of Klingon ships during the Klingon War? Yes. Ooh, interesting. Species is really good by modern Trek standards, but nothing next to the last 3 Orvilles. Now, you tell me. You tell me. This is radical. Did you enjoy more this week the Orville time travel episode, or the Stranger Worlds time travel episode? What a weird coincidence that was. I was surprised. That's fine. Oh, come on, Premiere. Yeah, very, very different time travel, clearly. But what did you enjoy more? Orville's week or Stranger Worlds? I enjoyed this more. And Orville was really good. So that speaks to the quality of this episode, that they did such a good job. Roberto, $5, thank you. Pike returned to his time with some intelligence on Romulans. How does knowledge impact the future? Is he obligated to inform Starfleet? Well, in theory, he is not changing the timeline on purpose. So he should know enough. So he knows not to tell. He didn't tell everybody about the kids the incident. He told a lot of people. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. I guess you also, how do you know? That would be the question. Yeah, it would. Oh, hey, heavy spoiler for Star Wars Kenobi. Your warning: heavy spoiler for Star Wars Kenobi. Heavy spoiler for Star Wars Kenobi. Reva knowing Luke. That's a big thing to know. We'll see how that rectifies. Let's have a look. And lots of Donny things being hidden. That's all good. Yes, species. Yes, they were. Why is Donny being... Ooh, message freed us. I was kind of bummed by all the Romulan ships. I was under the impression the 2S that the Bird of Prey was the primary vehicle for Star Empire. Oh no, it was a testbed ship. So in fact, with its white cream color, we always kind of assumed as Trekyards that it was explicitly a unique ship. Actually, that its design was meant to look more Starfleet in case it got caught, which is why the more white paint scheme and the clear basards and nacelles, which are not necessarily needed for that sort of thing. If it got captured, it could feign ignorance, etc. So I never got the sense it was that. I believe Stuart agrees, but no, the new one's obviously far more Romulan-y, etc. So it fit. Boy, premise sucks today. I know, Warpig, we talked about that. I agree. Ah. Oh, I do need coffee. SC Scout Guy. Why does it seem in modern Trek, with all the advanced CGI, we almost never get close-up detailed views of the various ships that we used to? Yes. It's weird. We got some nice shots this week, but nothing was like a classic beauty pass, enjoy, here's the ship. Yeah, that was strange. It's always strange, and you know, as someone who does a lot of a lot of space effect shots, disappointing is putting it mildly. But you know, can't win them all. This is so goddamn. This is not even gonna work, is it? 3,000 pictures won't load. Stuart, did too many. I can't load them. Broke Premiere entirely, which was frustrating. Good day, nice house. Welcome to Commander. Ooh. I feel like you're already a Commander, though. Thank you so much, though. Makes a big difference. As you know, it really does. Oh, I don't see, that's weird. Okay. Yes, Sandy, yes, it was. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, very true as well. If he tells things go bad. Yes, God, of course. Yes, indeed. Yeah, weird, good tea. But thank you. Haven't Norval yet. Swords Puppet Show! Again! Thank you, $5. I find it curious that Pike explicitly called it a bird of prey pretty much immediately. Yeah. It even said it on the monitor. I mean, yeah, that happens. That's my reaction to that. I mean, they knew the, Oh, okay. Well, we would like membership to carry on. Oh, God, okay, I'm gonna have to do, sorry, so I'm gonna have to give up on Premiere, which is a little bit frustrating. So I'm gonna have to do this more manually, which for 3,000 pictures is not grand. So I'm gonna have to bring up a screen and find individual pictures. Great, fantastic. But I really want to show you images, so I really want, you know. Oh, that's my face. Right. Oh, wait. Oh, there you go. Okay. Okay, let's do a screen. Okay. So what I can do is I can show. Hopefully this will reset and pop up there. I'm not sure, so we'll see. But I'm certainly going to try. I'll probably be more specific in what I pick. But we're doing great for Super Chats, guys. Please keep them coming. Your thoughts and comments are why I especially need when Stuart's not here. So, starts off with a mining colony. Yeah, double Connie. Oh, we know the 12 Connies. So it can't be a Connie, which means it's the other ship, which is basically just a Connie. And I'll admit something a bit silly. I did this last night, this pasta trick from seeing Strange New Worlds, because I needed a dinner in 30 minutes before I went to sleep to wake up 4 hours later, and I was like, I have pasta, I have water, I have these 3 ingredients. So I made this. So thank you, Captain Pike. You gave me the idea to make this. It's such a stupid idea, but I love it. It's great. Well, what's that? Oh, it's Premiere. Okay. Oh yeah, what a great lass to come back. She did a good job. I don't know if she's been anything else that I've seen, but I like her vibe. Good for her. And what a balance. You know, she's a casual, but also cares for him, and yeah, super interesting. Let's see. Oh, squad costs $1. Thank you. Oh, it's good. Thanks. Yeah, that's good. I didn't put enough cheese in, which I think is my other half would say yes, not enough cheese. She would be all for that. And I like the leftovers. I will admit I wrote a script last week because I have filming on Monday, and I was bloody torn. Side note, side thing. I was bloody torn. Would they have fridges? Would a civilian house in a planet the Ocean, would they have fridges? Because to replicate things, great. Put them back in a replicator, great. But what if you actually want leftovers from that plate? What if you cook it yourself? I wrote a fridge, which was a weird, because you can't store it in the replicator and have it unreplicate out. I don't think you can do that. I don't know. What do you think? Did I do the right thing? Do they have fridges in TNG? Because I said they did. Space fridges, though. Oh yeah, I love this map. This was great because it's so many things and then empty. Oh. They went, yeah. What is it? Romy. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Romulus, and Romy. So that's a retcon. Because originally it was Romulus and Romy in the same system. Didn't make sense. Okay, that's good. They've retconned that. Although, how do they know Remus is with Romulus? How do they know that? We don't have spies. Maybe. Well, I guess maybe we fought nearby. I love the fact there's nothing there. That's such a fun visual. It's so simple. But I like the Oh, Andy. $20. Thank you so much. It's amazing. You agree with her about the beard? Yeah. The beard grew on me already. Yeah, that's what I show. Yeah. Yeah. I think it looks great without a bit though. Yes, well we know. Yeah, space art. We know the Romans are at Remans, but what they didn't communicate once in the entire war. I doubt they went all the way to Romulus to fight. So how would they know there was a planet called Remus or a moon or whatever next to Romulus without going there? They never captured a ship, never captured a person, never got in the systems as far as we know. So how would they know there was a planet called Romulus? Long range scans maybe, they wouldn't have a name for it. You can assume Romulus from Romulans, which we learned from the Vulcans. But why would be? I don't know. You tell me. Why would there be a Remus? I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm just I don't know a logical step. Grant, $10. Thanks so much. Spock dying in all other timelines is a cop out, as been repeated in New Trek. But there's a way. But there are ways to build upon from this episode into deeper philosophy. This episode paved way for. That sounds like a deep answer. I look forward to hearing what you think more about that. But all possible timelines, that definitely is a weird one, because I do not think for a second that Rathacon, Rathacon Pike did 9 or 10 of these trips with different pikes, and then that pike turned into old pike, and then said, damn, it didn't work, go back again. Okay, did any of the time travel logic bother you? It bothered me in the abstract, but because it was so unexplicit. The monks, let me show you a thing. But he disappears. He didn't... Borath people can't time travel. But maybe they can put someone's consciousness back in the past? I don't know, very confusing. But the ambiguity helps. It's weird. But if it's unhelpful, it can be helpful. They may have some knowledge through a third party. Yes. But, Jason, that is not the obvious point. But if they not have knowledge, if they have someone else that got all the way to that place, why the hell do they not know, like, Vulcans? You know? The sister planet, the home system, and their biology. Remember, it's not the fact there is a planet there, it's the name. You know? So, yeah. Well, species. That's a really interesting point. Romulus and Remus are only the human names for those planets. They have their own names for them. Oof. That's a great point. The thing about that, though, is they call it Romulus, which means that's the English translation through the Universal Translator. We haven't assigned it to them because they call it Romulus and Remus. So, yeah, that's a tricky one. It's good though. Ooh, yes. Co-include. One question. Just one. This episode featured TNG Romulan foreheads. Yes, it did. Picard series showed there were variants. Was the Romulan on the same ship as in Balance Terror? If so, was the wrong with his head? Yeah, that's tricky. That is very tricky. Oh, well, it's tricky they don't, because Pike has is washing up and stuff. So you'd put the dishes in the replicator too, so they don't. Yes, it's because if I know Stuart likes the smooth heads, foreheads, Vulcan, which I do in theory, but I think there's a certain bonus logic to have the distinct foreheads. Helps to differentiate them. I like it, I get it, it's not too over the top, it works quite well. That is as a retcon I'm okay to accept. That said, the TOS Klingons are still TOS Klingons until they're not. Yeah. It would have been nice that both. Yeah, that's kind of Kobayashi Maru. Yeah. Species. Oh, I can't take credit. Well, like I said, they call it Romulus and Remus, so that is either translation of their name that we translate, or etc. But because of Picard, we know every Romulan has 3 names: their outside name, their family name, and their name just for their loved one, their one and only. So Romulus's name is the outsider name. And they've got their name for inside people, and those that live on Romulus who are inside. Have a third name. So stupid. Ensign Ricky, great to see you. Love the picture as always. $5. Thank you. I like this season overall, but I do have a couple of complaints. I think we all do. But in my opinion, they killed it with Stranger Worlds. My opinion, Stranger Worlds and Lois are the best of Kurt's Trek, hands down. See, I like Prodigy. It's grown on me so much. The Protostar as well. So I Prodigy, believe me, Prodigy has some great stuff. Some great stuff coming up. Do not. I would put Prodigy higher than I would have even from when I watched it originally. I think These are the things I know. Oh, I just gotta respond to a message. Let me just find a new image. Oh yeah, what do you think of the what do you think of the badge? The new badge? That was out of nowhere, wasn't it? Sorry about that. Yeah, I was liked it. I wish we'd seen more badges. Hey, thanks for good seeing me again. Oh, good tea. I did. Sorry. See, that's why. Good tea, nice house. $5 Canadian. If Pike and Cisco both invited you over for a cooked meal on the same day, who's invited you except? Ooh, ooh, that's interesting. Well, Pike clearly traditionalist of Earth cuisine. Cisco clearly has an extra 100 years of knowledge. I'd probably just go Cisco for the fun of it. You know, Tellarite, stew and whatever. I'd be down for that. I'd be totally down for that. Well, species I don't know. Yeah, Zachamus. It's tricky. It's tricky. They both do and badges, and this is a really interesting precedent to set. I do like it though as a badge design. I do like it. I have not much bad to say against it really. Now, I will say without Stuart here, I can go as long as I want. And with caffeine, I can go as long as I want. Just saying. But I asked you all, did you like the episode? 231 votes. Let's go up to 250 votes if we can. Because I will once again send this note to someone who works on Strange New Worlds. So if you vote right now, that's you. So let's get 19 more votes and likes, guys. 105 likes. I want to hit 120. We're doing great for super chats, but I want to hit double. I do, because these are big lives for us. And you know, 5s as we go makes a big difference. Keep voting, keep liking, keep super chatting. Let's do it together. But we get the kid. Pike has a great little breakdown, rather effective. But clear to not be rude, which is important. And he's going to change the future. Such a Photoshop. It's so bad. Like it's so basic. I love it. I love it. Bettina rates, and then oh my goodness. Oh my god. That's kind of a good picture. Let's go for the one where he's... Because boy, I've stared at these pictures a bit. Oh my goodness. Tell me in the chat right now, how did you feel when you saw this? Monster Maroon. Ish. Tell me. Tell me. But let's see what Stuart thinks.
Hello there.
No, what are you before?
It's like, hello there.
Hello E. Willie. He's crook, isn't it? No, I can't do accents.
Well, I'll just stick with this. I'll be smooth as jazz. So, oh my god, I love the Monster Maroon. You guys know, he knows, I love that Monster Maroon. Although, if you look at it, really look at it, it's not the same. They redesigned the Monster Maroon. Stranger Worlds. Now that could be sacrilege to some people. It's an iconic costume, and they changed it. Now that's not to say it's bad. It is not. But, in my humble opinion, as now a Southern belle, the accent changes over time. It's not as good as the original. Now that's because the original is wow. This one's it's not as good, you know? It's hard to beat a sense of perfection. And you know it when you do not see it. But, that said, to see it on screen was amazing grace. How sweet the uniform. I was blind, but then I saw. And I'm going.
Apparently, we can issue YouTube says insert an ad. So, we'll see if an ad break happens in 3, 2, 1. Okay. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Devo, the new Monster Maroon. I had Trekyards space art. It was great. Love the uniform. Felt like a pleasant gut punch. That is a great way of saying it. That's very nice. Capital some weight. Yes, yes. Jonathan, $10. Thank you. That's amazing. Great episode. Still wish they would fix the ships. Why do we need more alien ships and not Federation ships? Looking forward to more all the same. Yes, and we have multiple uniforms. Multiple episodes coming out, as you can imagine, on this episode. We have gone to great lengths. Yes, more Fed ships. I can see season 2 being that. But, oh, Shannon. Literally, she's screaming out loud. Yes. For me, I like it, but I definitely liked it less the more I looked at it. For its limitations. But I get it. I get the reason. Doesn't mean it's a better design. It differs. Sylvia. Tell Captain Foley, hey, you do you, boo. You do you. It looks better, you sacrilege. Sacrilege. Ed and Ricky. Since we have Exploration Show, basically have Voyager 2.0 with Discovery. Yeah, well, yeah. Now we need Space Station search in the problem of Earth War. Yeah. Yeah, we need more space stations. Yeah. He is going to love my version of him. I have done that accent before. SVS Guru, good to see you, my friend. €10. Thank you. My favourite episode of the season. Not just a time trial episode, telling you not to mess with time, but also, by contrasting Pike and Kirk approaches, that Pike just isn't the right man for tasks ahead. Yes. Yeah, he definitely, it's fascinating to see the purest sense of, he's not, Kirk is not the man for every job. I mean, Pike is not the man for every job. It's good. I see Scout Guy, no indeed. But yeah, really, really, really nice to see this. I wish it just been identical uniform. That would have been much nicer. But I entirely get the logic, and it's not a visual reboot or retcon. It's just a alternate universe. I get it. It's fine. But boy, I give 1,000% credit. What a brilliant age up. You know he's older. You feel he's older. But it's Trek older. You can't go massive wrinkly. You can't. It doesn't work for Trek. So I thought it was a magnificent job by Anson to just play it different, yet him. Really well done. And you know he's older makeup wise. But I can't put a finger on what. I think the under eye bags are just bigger, and there's a bit more grey in they've pulled the colour down on his face, and there's a bit more grey. Okay, I had to pinpoint a few things, but really good dual performance. Makes you want to see more alternate Ansons. Like boy, the resisting of having him in the thumbnails was with me this week. But yes, we time crystal up, which is still a funny thing to say. And then we get a wedding. The wedding in the bloody cargo bay. It's like, Jesus Christ. We know there's a chapel on board. Where the hell are you in the cargo bay? I know you want to use the LED room. But it's just so awkward. And why the hell is the door open at warp? Close the damn door! But it's a cute little scene. I like the vibe. And I like the female normal uniform wearing the same as well. I think they look great in it. I'm really... A Sauce Pub Show again, agreed. I was excited about the Monster Maroon at first, but seeing less and less more, I saw it. A for effort though. Nicely said. SC Scout Guy. Did it seem weird the Outpost Forwards Commander was the same guy 7 years in the future? No, actually, because it's not a good assignment. So I could see him being there and... yeah. Yes. John Mack. Yes, I mean the wedding scene is certainly the clue. And actually, I thought it was quite a good clue. Hey, Terrence, good to see you, Maryland. It's not Framisphere, it's dumb. No. Stupid. You're in a water bubble. Ensign Ricky, this sets up a relationship between Pike and Kirk. Yes, it does. But also, Captains Pike and Kirk, which we're not going to see ever again. Maybe. Wolfsbane Network, $2. Chapel's a part of the Reef at Pike refused. I know. But is this the best? Could have been the briefing room. Like, it's not romantic in the least. Like cargo containers. But I do like the scene. I like Pike's. Let's marry you and you. He's like, thank God. It's funny. I do like the little scene. Oh, look at the lighting. It's so atmospheric. This is where the press images, isn't it? This is why they're really harsh lighting, because there was a specific press set at the start of the season where they had all this harsh lighting. Yes, they shot them here. But he comes on, Spock is different. And I want to give it lots of credit to Ethan Peck for being a different sort of Spock. He's not Ethan Spock. He's not Nimoy, because he can't quite capture Nimoy, but he does a lot more of the inner strength. I like haircut better. They tied up his hair. He has a different standing posture, confidence, age. It's a good job. And to see both an older Spock and older Pike was fun, and they did a good job as well. Ortega's not so much. I didn't like her version, but this is great because a lot of the lines are the same, but not. Oh yes, they got her back with a sort of TOS. Although, boy, wasn't it weird that I think it's Mitchell and Ortega's the whole scene. They're kind of like they're coming for us. The whole scene is very strange, very weird directorial choice, very strange. Sideshow: the cargo bay door stays open to show off the ship's butt. That's good. Oh, Devereaux. A very quantum leap. I was expecting to say, oh boy, that would be good. That is a name. Brian. Oh yeah, okay, Brian. Good, there we go. Does this mean Vija never happened? Well, I was kind of expecting them, honestly, and I think you've nailed on the head there. I was expecting them to be more a case of we would hear not Romulans destroy Earth, but Vija or Whale Probe or those things, because that, yeah, you know, it's kind of fun to think Romulans messed people up, but then the big event that we need Spock for happened, because I get obviously the idea that without Spock there would be peace with the Romulans, but that was so much later. He had nothing with Romulans anywhere in the middle. Klingons, yes, obviously with Gorkon, but I wish it had been more about a Whale Probe, because without him, time warp. That I thought would have been smarter, but that would have been hard to explain. And then I said Whale Probe. We'd have to say Whale Probe. Day Jane, $20. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Those are really amazing. Hope the pug gets internet soon. Yeah, Sylvia, that's aimed at you. I hope you guys have good luck. Yes. Yes, Zachamus, I would love that too. Maybe at Ticonderoga they'll put him in one someday. Yeah, Darth Eddie, there's a few weird choices with the set. It's so unnoticeable. And yes, Ortega's is certainly the styles. Samuel, who'll be first officer season 2, do you think? Ooh. Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't considered that. I can imagine a time jump on La'an? We know Spock is good. That's too early though. Yeah. Or hey, new officer. You can then get killed. Fine with that. But anyway, so we get a lot of lighting, really good lighting. This is a really good looking way of lighting it. He tells Spock. Flat out he tells Spock, which I was not waiting for, or not expecting. I was kind of hoping that he was gonna quote the Vulcan Science Academy from Enterprise. Doesn't quite fit, but it would have been kind of funny. This scene though I thought was really strange because we don't know the rules of this time travel adventure, and we don't by the end either. If Pike is experiencing this memories of this future, then how can Spock mind meld with something in his brain, right? If he's actually time traveled, then that Borath time crystal can physically time travel you, which is insanity. But then we see future Pike also appear, which means time hasn't been changed, but is there. And whereas Pike in this reality, in this body, doesn't work either. So for Spock to mind meld, for a fake Spock to mind meld with a memory perspective version of Pike, it's wrong meta. I just wish they kind of skipped this part. Yeah, personally, it doesn't make as much sense. But you know, it's a good way of skipping through to he's fine. You know, speed of plot, etc. Oh yeah, jumps out of warp and we see the broken. Look at this lighting, man. Look at that. That's great. Yeah, here the starbase. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. Dark as hell, beautiful. I want to go back and listen to Bounce Terror and see if they actually match. I believe they did for a lot of it, the dialogue, because this is meant to be the same guy. You know, equally destroyed environment, but I liked it. It's a good setup. I know I recognize some of the lines. I know I do. And it was a long setup, but it was from the first one, and you need it to be about the same anyway. So I liked it in general. Even his weird speech pattern is kind of interesting, and Pike's sort of chillness. Oh dear, and then the infamous, the classic, the deja vu of it. Because really, they just reuse them all from Picard. Video coming out tomorrow on that. It's quite detailed. Yeah. I mean, that's fine. It's all good. It's a really, really good design. It's just, I was hoping it'd been a TMP version of the ship. The visual canon oddly confirms it to not be. It's a mess when you visually update and reboot. It doesn't really. But great moment. You'll see the direct comparison shots later. Yeah. I like the lines. Yes, I like the lines. But yeah, great little moment. I love the build-up. Both me and Stuart love the particle effect. Really nice plasma, really nice, and the later shots are very, very, very good. Yeah, and you get a really funny death explosion. This is definitely a we ran out of money, crappy thing. It's just funny. Look at that though! Wow. Oh, and look at the wow! It's so close. Look at the light reflection. That's a great shot. You really felt the destruction. Yeah. It's good to see the balanced error. It's good to see the alternate. And then Bosch. Surprise number 3. Kirk. James Tiberius, blue Alcars. And you know straight away from the displays it's not a Connie, which is weird because we always assumed it was a Connie. And I was pretty sure that we saw on the chart of Connies the Farragut. However, well, it made sense that he was ever going captain of a Connie because it would devalue this version, but obviously in the original timeline he was only lieutenant and I believe commander. Now, see the Connies, I there's that wall of Connies which how do you spell Farragut? But yeah, definitely it's a bit awkward for the fan film that uses it. Interesting. I don't know. How do you guys feel that it wasn't a Connie? I mean, I liked it not being a Connie in the sense of it's not a Connie, but it shouldn't have been the Farragut then. Snoop McQueen, good to see you. I felt for Pike when he realised that his fate is sealed, and he accepted it. I had tears in my eyes. It's good. It's good. It's good. What? Was there? Is there? Goosenecks behind Kirk? Really? That's interesting. My god, you're right. Look at you with that catch. Damn, that's a good reference. My goodness. It's a weird color profile, but that's awesome. Nice, good for them. But yeah, James Tiberius Kirk, double Pike, double captains. Good stuff, good stuff. And to Romulus. But we're not just Romulan. They're very, very keen to not put the blame on them directly. Look at that. Look at the colours of that. That's amazing. That's beautiful. Ortega's, though, she's very, one-dimensional is the wrong word for sure, but she's too on the nose. I wish she had more variety of tone. I know Stuart said that she felt a bit racisty against Spock. I would disagree. I think it was just a negative towards Romulans, which I'm okay with because, you know, war, maybe her entire family got killed over the war. You're allowed to not like people in general as long as you don't act on it. That's fine. You know, if Russia's invading Ukraine, you could not like the Russians as a generic sentiment. That does not mean anything specific. It's just same with this, you know. So yeah. But also pop trip again. The Farragut in Generations was Nebula, so maybe that's what they were going for with this ship. Ooh, yeah. I can't imagine that really, but that's interesting. I'll have to mention that in our video. Yeah, her worst episode. I mean, it's not good. Terrence pizza. But look at that lighting. Look how TOS it is. It's great. Anyway, so they talk lots. Bit of a not out of place, but a bit of an odd scene to jump to this. I wish that Sam wasn't the Enterprise because he left Starfleet and he got married and kids, and yet he's still Enterprise 7 years later, looking, acting, feeling the same moustache. I didn't buy it personally. I want him to be off the ship and have his own life personally, but his description's nice. He's very talented, very good, lucky. Relies on luck, etc. SC Scout guy. Wasn't the war 100 years before this? That would be like me hating you because of the American Revolution. Well, more like some Japanese people hating America for nuking one of their towns. You can still think, God damn it, that was really sucky. I don't like Americans. But also when space travel evolves, the scope gets bigger, and when you know they killed like 6 of our planets entirely and they murdered, 8 billion people, it's a bit of a different scale than just a war on a continent with a few tens of thousands of people. And if all of your family got killed by, whatever. Plus, there's a neutral zone, and they imply in one. At the start, they say something about the Romans are being blamed, and some things are right. Whatever. Anyway, it's a good scene though, in general, but a bit out of context, I thought. But Sam's pretty good. This I don't remember from Bounds of Terror. Was it implied even for a second that the Romulans deliberately gave the transmission? I don't remember that at all, but I quite liked the idea that they, and then Kirk throws it in later, but they detect via a reflection in the waiting for a comet, the view screen signal. I'm not sure where the signal's going to. It's not going to Romulus, they're too far away. And you get this shot from the trailer, which we finally got to see. And good musical cue version. Look at that line. Look at that turn. It's so cheesy. It's great. And then look at that zoom in. It's great. They had so much fun with the scene, and it starts to diverge soon. Wolfsbane Network. $5. It's awesome. I definitely prefer the non-Connie Farragut, a less prestigious first command for Kirk. Funny that Anun Sung is his first officer. Yes, I hadn't thought that. That's funny. But he was never captain of the Farragut though, so the Enterprise was meant to be his first. What was he? I thought he was commander of the Farragut. What was commander of the Farragut? But the poll. Oh yeah, I'll send a new 100 more votes, which is amazing. Did you like this episode? 279 votes. 85% yes. 9% it was okay. 4% liked it. Oh, I'm vibrating. Oh, but okay. Yeah, I mean, amazing. But I got. Oh, that is not a poll. Just what? 1 second. And yeah, the line does kind of work well. It's weird, but it works. And I was so pleased in this scene. They did build a 3D model of the ship. I know it's a kit bash, but it was like, yes, we see it. And I mean, come on, it is genuinely sweet. The first and only probably time we're gonna get both Kirks. Genuinely sweet. I give them all credit for the scene. Obviously it's sad that it's alternate universe, but it's still nice. We could never got this in the original, so I appreciate getting it here. For sure. Why is this not loading? Then you get a briefing scene, I believe, which is a bit of a weird one. The vibe was weird, but I appreciate how much they gave Kirk in terms of being smart, I guess. He had a not a control situation, but I don't know. He was good. He was good in the scene, and they're all very interesting. And I think a lot of us like the debate around a table episode of Star Trek or scenes. So it was fun just to see that. I dig it. I dug it. I genuinely quite dug it. Although Mitchell, poor lady, doesn't say a damn. Oh well, apart from that one moment. There's that. Okay, great. We can do a new one. Okay, so if you had to pick one episode as I prefer this. Just a silly way of phrasing it, but let me know what you think. Yeah, ooh, that's a weird frame to stop on, but it's a good chat. It's we actually have to fight, and I believe that in the episode Kirk's a lot more reactionary and doesn't have these same meetings as much, so it feels a lot more spontaneous. This is a a lot of discussion for this, which is it's warlike, you know. But Mbenga much less war. Ortigas does a really nice twist on I don't want war, but let's kill the Romans for no war. Certain logic. There's certain logic. I'm just saying. But it's a good scene. Kirk holds his own. I wouldn't say as a Kirk, but as an actor, yes, absolutely. I do like I said, Spock's performance. But comment, the idea, it's good. It's just balanced error, so I appreciate the vibe. Great space shot here. All credit to them for that. Lovely turn. And this time, and you know, far betterly done comment than TOS. It's a great in comment. The plan is to wait, pincer them. That's the only long shot you get. I'll be honest, is that Suluing this scene? Because wouldn't that be kind of cool if he had picked Sulu? I know he's gonna be a botanist on Enterprise. It didn't make much sense. It would have been kind of cool if he said Sulu, do this, but that's just me. But it goes wrong, and that's a beautiful. I love the way this shot looks. The coming out doesn't happen. Goes wrong. Great lighting. Bosch Romulans. Shields up. Everyone's shielding. We get a little bit of ship. It's a kibash. Hey, but hey, that's okay. I like it as disruptors normally. Part of the vibe from the original is that it was exclusively limited to the plasma weapon, which is obviously a bit of a risk, but they were planning to self-destruct anyway if things went wrong, so who is to say? But it's kind of odd to see what we know as this balanced terror thing doing this sort of pew-pew. And boy, when the Enterprise... and you can see the bridge window on this one. It's not the Enterprise, you can see this one. Boom! But some nice shots. Some good stuff. Oof. It's a beefy plasma. And the destruction, the way it fires... God, it's good looking. It's very nice. Very, very effective. It was... no. Ha! Ortigas hasn't been promoted in the last 7 years. Well, that's definitely a... that's a fair point. Don't miss any super chats. Nope, cool. I'm also asking the poll, if you had to pick one episode, Balanced Terror or Balanced Terror 2, this episode, vote now. I really want to know. And guys, we are, I'm going to say 160 away from a really good number, 160. So V10s, V5s, we'll get there. As Grant just put in a 5, this is normally a big live for us. I want to know what you guys think about this episode. We're doing great, but 150 would be so good to see. Especially I just spent some money at the convention. Oops. Grant McGregor. In the future, there is no telecom company. Hold on. In the future, there is no telecom company. Only government-funded subspace hubs who with built-in redundancies. Isn't that right, Captain Foley? Wow. Let's just hope he's okay. Darth Vader, did they really? I mean, he got blowed up, so I don't know. But yes, amazed the bridge didn't get fried. Pike orders, phasers, god awful pew-pews. I mean, they're so pathetic looking. My goodness. And for it to hit this nacelle, is not a good space moment. Not good at all. But they beam the crew aboard in a second after. I mean, look at that. Look how good that plasma weapon looks. Look at that. The lightning. It's so simple. It's so simple. It's so nice. Pew. It's a little bit funny though, this scene, and I will say I cringed a bit at this moment because they're real freaking close to each other. Fire and plasma, great idea. For Spock to say long range is laughable, unless it's the obscenely short range weapon, which it is not. So the fact they survived, oh god, no distance, shows that and it's the same weapon as Maz Terra, so it should be exactly the same. Diminishes in exponential terms. Still cause damage, but from basically destroying a colony to this, yes. NZ Fade, yeah. Joseph, but the pew pew phase in Maz Terra. Maybe. Doesn't mean they were good though. It's just, anyway, gets it. Good explosions, all for it. I like. Anyway, yeah, they've been the crew aboard. You totally forget that La'an is here. I love her with short hair, down hair. Being commander, it's good. It's a nice foreshadow, because I didn't get the sense that Pike helped her too much to get this position. So this sort of tells us she'll be fine. Great, good, way more friendly. Didn't get scorned much for the Khan stuff, so I'm a-okay. Bit of a cameo in a sense, but I like the scene. It's good. Kirk brings aboard. He confronts him in a very interesting way. It's not forceful, and it's not overstepping. It's a very interesting balance of confrontation. But to have them both so effectively argue their points, I thought was really really well done. But this new Kirk doesn't have the oomph, and when you put Anson, who's giving it just all his oomph, and then you compare to him, he doesn't do it. Well, it honestly felt a little bit like they pulled someone off the street to play Kirk. Anson's this seasoned professional TV actor, and I don't know who the other guy is. I've never seen him in anything. I know he's known for his show, but something about the contrast of the two people was like, yeah, very out of his depth in comparison. I don't know if he was playing it too safe, possibly. It's very, very tricky, but he hasn't got that something, and you know, made Shatner better for sure. Yes, NZ Fred. Yeah, Joey. I feel like Anson is more like Kirk in the scene. Yes, yeah, and John, Wesley's too slender. Yeah, Pike has a thick neck that fits well with his body shape. Wesley has a very thin neck that kind of like makes him feel weedy in comparison. Yeah. Joseph, why does Kirk have the Delta badge? Because they all do in this version. Yes. Anyway, good chat. It's a good balance. Space saying be more assertive, take more risks, and so Pike, and I get a great graphic there, takes a risk. The ship's damaged. It can't get us wrong with this by itself, but it has enough power to kill us. So Pike goes right to the front of the bridge, as he always does. Gives a speech, good speech, leading to Romulan man saying hello there. Such a pretentious shot. I love it. It's a great shot. I don't know why the smoke's happening, but that's okay. And it's a good scene. I really, you know, Pike is such a good lead this week, and the Romulan is a good foil. Different, Mark, but a good foil. So it's just a good. I don't want to go into too much detail because it's still just good speech. Stuart always has the subtitles, but he basically argues for a 2-hour parlay, basically a ceasefire, and they get it, and it works. It's a good little scene. Although Sub Commander is not happy. Well, actually, none of them have. Boy, Ortega says they're gonna betray us and kill us, and I was like, shut up. Never seen him doing a laying out as much otherwise. But anyway, fix the ship. We get a sub commander who is good but not great, I'd say. Vitality scenes, huge bridge compared to the old one, huge, but good. I mean, it kind of works in its odd way as a redress. I'm not gonna say too much. You got the tea coffee scene, daft. It's fun. It's fine. The idea of now I am here. What do I want to do? How do I want to do it? Should I even do it at all? It's good questions. It's good questions, and there aren't necessarily natural answers. And I actually quite like that. Sorry, just getting a message. Yep, we're fine. Okay, cool. And so from Stuart. It's alright. Sorry, Stuart. Brian again. Thank you so much. $5. Does Pike still being in command overshadow Kirk's exploits? No. That was really an interesting balance for me. I don't know if you guys would agree. Because Kirk can't be the main hero. It's not his show. It's not his ship. That's fine. But he was given a lot of the clever idea lines, and he sold them well. So no, actually, I thought the balance was good here. Yeah, hard balance, really hard balance. I'm interested to see him as lieutenant, just because that dynamic will be so different. And 7 years is not insignificant. I look similar to how I looked 7 years ago, very similar. But you note the age, the youthful, the lack of age. So, you know, yeah. Anyway. Yes, Deborah, I also noticed that. There isn't the counter-friend, which would have been very cluttery. I was thinking that as well. There isn't the older mentor character. But, you know, it's good. Oh, yes, and the clipboard. Yeah, subtle, very subtle, but I also noticed that as well. Yeah, they did a couple of things, and I wish they did more things of these. But yeah, it's a scene. They say things. Bit of a Kirk. All things are said. Dialogue. Oh yeah, be assertive. Shoot first. Not quite, but close. Oh yes. He has a plan. He has a plan. Reinforcements. We're too far from everybody, but he's got a plan, because even a bluff plan is a worthwhile plan. So we see officially a TOS shuttle. Well, no, we say pre-TOS, post-discovery shuttle go to warp, which is a little bit controversial. And we get I have yet to do the episode on it. I will do a Trekyards video with Stuart. I believe this is a modified version of the Jeffrey Tube, even from 2 weeks ago. I believe. I will not quote me on that, but I believe it's slightly different. And we get Scotty's arm. It's good. Wasn't expecting it. Didn't need it. Happy to see it. Happy to see it. Yeah, I was happy to see it. I see Scout Guy. Yeah, why do you only see Lan once? Senior officer. Yes. A commander with tactical experience on the Enterprise. Yes, for sure. That was surprising. I'm assuming they filmed that scene earlier in the season, like she had to do something else or whatever. I mean, clearly there's a lot of people. It's very hard to service everybody, so I'm not against it. But it would have been nice to have cut to her, maybe talking to some of the crew on the decks. But yeah, I was all for Scotty. I thought it was a really nice reference. I liked it. It's kind of like, yeah, actually we got Cybok and Scotty in 3 apart. It's crazy. And yeah, it's just good, fun, breaking foreshadowing. Oh yeah, the tension of it's now been 2 hours. Let's talk to them. We don't need war. I'm tired of war. It's so. it's legitimately, I found it, the second time especially, sad. They're making progress. Pike says, this is now our chance. We don't need war. Ronald Commander says, you know what? I don't love war. Not a fan. Maybe we can make something here. That said, Praetor Lady is not happy with anybody, so I don't think she would be okay with a war not happening. I guess unless we're very strong, so it kind of a bit more moot when we see them later. But I like when they get to delve into the okay and the friendliness and But no, we get our big movie level twist. Complete. Well, I will say, now this is something that I don't know if you guys considered, like, it bugs me a little bit. So, there's space, right? The final frontier. Federation space. Romulan space. A separate neutral zone. Right? Each ship is on each side of the neutral zone. There's space in between that neither can cross. So if they're both on their sides of the neutral zone, and in firing range, why the frick is the neutral zone like a meter wide? That thing is... The neutral zone is big enough to have planets. If you recall, Picard goes into the neutral zone, not Romulan space, the neutral zone, with Admiral Darek, whatever his name is. And Tom like grabs him and says, haha, we've got you, you're in the neutral zone. Would they really make the neutral zone razor thin? So that was a bit, they kind of misunderstood the neutral zone a bit there, because, you know, you can't either way cross it. They kind of had the cake and eat it too. Yeah, two lies. That was daft, because it's not a zone if it's a line, then it's a border. Just say it's the Romulan Federation border, but there isn't one, so that was definitely just incorrect. And annoyed me because it would have been great. It would have been great if it had the Enterprise be forced to go in, or a chase or something. The Romulans cross the border, something else. It was underserved for sure. Oh, that's the guy. That's very clever. If it was the start of the neutral zone, the Romulans are already in the neutral zone, which means they've already broken the barrier, they've already broken the treaty, and they have active war, as I said earlier. So clearly they're on their side of the border. But great warping. I look forward to John Stew about all the designs. It's good. It's effective. I love that the guy's confused. It's a nice twist. That fleet was very, very close. So 2 hours away at warp, and this is TOS warp. I was almost waiting for the Centurions to say "F you, Commander. We're not following orders," but I was kind of surprised he kept command. We got a Praetor, first female Praetor, with weird ass lighting. I'm fine with the set though. I like the performance. It's really mean. Ah yes, a big comment there. I didn't understand why the Romulan ships didn't have sensors. They couldn't tell there was no crew, weapons on any of the ships. Yes, that was a slight plot hole. All we needed was one line from Kirk saying, I created sensor echoes. I don't think the flagship of the Roman Empire would not detect that. But whatever. There's a few logical things of just it's funny. Anyway. Yeah, that's this guy. Yes, very sassy. I mean, Darth Eddie, yeah, but it doesn't work. They shouldn't have been. TOS, they explicitly said they're using wrong drives. They made a mistake on that. We'll see. We'll talk about that later. But yeah, she's good. She's ballsy, bitchy, whatever. It's fine. It's good. And we have a fleet of drones. And boy, what a Picard season 2 shot. Oh, 1 shot. It's and yet better. And yet better. Not a high bar. And hey, Kirk, he saved the Enterprise. He 100% did. Bought them the few minutes they needed to bluff. As he says, a fantastic point. It's been 100 years. We don't know what their ships are like. They don't know what ours looks like. Maybe we invented these crappy hulls. Who knows? Who knows? I like that. So it's a great point. But as soon as that happens, you think, well, there's no crews, there's no weapons on the ships. Even But the idea is fantastic, and well done for Kirk for doing it. So yeah, give us phaser power. No, indeed. Bluffy bluff. Oh yeah. I love this scene where where the Ron Praetor says, "Aha! You have broken the neutral zone. You are warring. You are saying war." And Pike's like, "Well, no, you are doing war because of this and this. There's a Roman ship." She's like, "Hmm." And he plays for her the file, and we don't see it. We see her reaction with the great audio design. That I thought was fantastic. It was very effective. And then she gives a order, which in fact, is set up very slightly earlier in the episode, which I only know a second time. Pike says right near the start, any ship to go in the neutral zone against orders, basically we have to take care of. So that's what happens. She orders the Roman ship decloak to I guess enter our space, given they're already in our space. And a really fantastic little speech with the two captains being like, so I was given orders to do this. Yeah. I didn't buy the friends line, just the way he acted. I think it was a good take. But I like the moment. I like his sincerity. His What's acting? Oh. And then a beautiful, I thought, really, really special bit of directing here. He pats on the shoulders two officers out of solidarity, and knowing they have nothing left, they face forward, they go to the team, there's nothing left to do. This is I thought it was a really beautiful little moment of unnecessariness, and I really, as they are pew-pewed real hard. Real hard, with some phases as well. Yeah, real, Now the proof is done. Screw you, basically, is the idea. But she does not accept it. And we get not a great battle because it's mucky. But you don't really want to do sort of VFX shots where everything is kind of oomph and doesn't really work often. Oh, it's interesting. All the windows are on. 2 super chats. Thank you so much. Swords Puppet Show, $5. So I thought this. Yeah. Some of those mining ships remind me of Ishimura from Dead Space. Yes, I thought that. I liked them though. They were. I liked them. And Brian again. One of them Praetor reminds me of Chaotica. Ooh, a little bit actually. That's interesting. Yeah. Oh, a little bit. Yes, SE Scout guy. Also, Johnny did miss the. That's interesting, Darth Eddie. Did they? Well, they didn't recolor the Enterprise in the earlier shots. I know it's an optical illusion, but it is. Yeah, well, I don't know. That's a very interesting point. Is it more TOS colored? I don't think it is, but I think it's just because the reflection is not there. I said this, I think, on the other video. I'm shocked they didn't give it straight nacelles because it's been 7 years. I know obviously it's not been refitted, fine, but come on, you know that's not what the car looked like. You know it didn't. Give us a Connie, But beautiful plasma, destroy, pew pew. It is a bit weird they didn't just ram the Romulans. Kinetic force is very, very strong against shields, so it would have been nice if they'd. I mean, what's the point of Kirk? Oh, he crashed finally. What is the point of Kirk using them to block the weapons? That's such a minimal action. I obviously don't want to kill the Romulans, but they're really pew-pewing you. So it did seem odd to me as well. I was expecting them for sure to do that. All right, let's just get a fresh one open. Was that working now? Yes, good. But anyway, so they do the plan. Try a little bit behind. It's not a good battle by any means, but wow, I went far behind. Oh dear. Jeez. But I do like the ships, and we've got our videos coming on them, obviously. Right, where are we? So, there's some ships, there's some shots, it's clunky and musky, and this thing firing the burst, very effective, looks cool. I like the damage, that's pretty unusual. And that causes a lot of damage to shield impact. It basically almost kills Spock, which is, ooh. Although they go static and then warp out from standing start. It's a bit weird and through debris. Was not good framing, but they have to get out of the scene now. Like, moving on time is what it is. But unfortunately, yes, Spock is injured. He goes right down, which I like. This slow pacing scene is weird. GoPro reverse first person. Weird, but I like it. Genuinely sad for a second that the couple. What can you do? It's sad, and a very effectively one-legged Spock with significant burns. Now, I'm not, and sorry for the image, I'm not sure if they're necessarily implying that he has the same burns as Pike, because not great. I don't know. SVX Guru 2000, again, €5. Thank you so much. Was the actor who played the Romulan commander the same who played the Thermian leader in Galaxy Quest? I don't think so, but it has been 20 years. Malthazar. Nice. Got too much of a pudgy face. That was Enrico. It's a cool name. I don't think. Oh no, he's wow. Oh guys, that's amazing how much he's changed. My goodness. Wow, go look at Enrico. I mean, he looks great still. That's not an issue. Just I know him as this from so many things. I can't believe he was a Thermian so many years ago. Yes. Guys, we are $45 away from a very, very respectable amount. 45 is not that far away. We are at 142 likes. I would like to see 160. So if we can get a slew of fives, and I can just say we got our thing, our minimum, boom. I know Spock's not dead, but just as like Pike's not dead, but he's lost all of who he is. Pretty powerful Uhura, Chapel here. I like her uniform not being the white. I thought that was a good choice, although it's super oh, interesting. Oh, she is wearing. Oh, she literally is her wearing her white jumpsuit but blue. That's weird. That's very weird. But yeah, it's he. If he lives, he won't be living. He won't be himself. And I do think it was played for. He'll need a wheelchair for his leg, which links to Pike, and his face is burned, which links to Pike. So I think it was trying to be a very close allegory. And it hits you. It's a good little moment. They really play it seriously. And even though we know 100% this is not real, it's not going to happen, it's all alternate reality, it has a certain oomph to it. And it's not even because this is our Spock and this is Leonard Nimoy and we've got this connection. It doesn't need to be that. They've done a good job apart from that. Anyway. So then we get... Well, that's basically the end of the... Because now we kind of get a weird... They're no longer warp, which doesn't make sense. They're just kind of gone somewhere back to other Pike with a fantastic picture. And it was really good to see him again. And considering we saw Battle's Terror to kind of jump back to Monster Marine was confusing and fun. And basically says, it's about... It isn't about what we change. It's about who we change and what that does to the galaxy. Because you might just think, Pike's destiny is about saving those, or not saving, or you know, the cadets, but it's all of the ripples of all of the events. Part of Pike's destiny is to not be there. That's really sad. It's really and well, fortunately, unfortunately, Spock is really important. As is Kirk. You know, if he had died, and it would have been kind of cool if he had died at the battle. Oh my god. Riera? $50. That is a very season finale level super chat. Thank you so much. You blast us through our goal into next goal range. I'm happy to say we are 24 away from our last. I mean, we're doing well. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Puts a smile on our face at Trekyards, and thank you. Hey, put a comment. You know, let us know what you think of the episode. I'd love to read it out. But SVX Guru 2000 says, since Una was arrested, does this mean the cage already happened? Yes, I think it's 4 years ago. Yeah, long since happened ago. Yeah. Wonder what's the deal with the uniform changes? Why change a movie uniform? Because it's not the movie era. It is the Strange New Worlds alternate universe movie era costume. Which is true. It is. Yeah. But yeah, it's good. It's confusing because he disappears randomly as Spock comes in, or as Kirk comes in. But it's good. It's a poignant scene. The acting here is on point. It works. It's a bit weird, but it works. Although it's a very small thing, but old Pike says, "Oh, I remember this bit," where Kirk comes in, but in this version of reality, he needed to have seen old Pike to be exactly where he was to make the choices that he did, as in tell Spock the things, reasons. So I don't know if he could have lived this version of reality close enough that it's a small thing. It's fine. Just it's an interesting moment, and we get a sort of catharsis scene, and both feel kind of like Guinan. We feel something's wrong. The cosmicness of our we shouldn't be in this timeline together. We shouldn't be meeting. We shouldn't be interacting. Which hey, the fact that we get a Captain Kirk and Captain Pike scene is lovely. You know, it's a hell of a mental gymnastics to do it. I'm all for it. It was lovely. I wish it was Shatner. You know, I would love to have seen this scene with young Shatner. It would be so nice, but whatever. And then, you know, you'll do great things, basically. Is the summary. They sit down, and I will admit, I liked hearing on the Kelvin. That's the first time we've mentioned Kelvin. First time I mentioned Kelvin in the Prime timeline. If it's a Prime as well, it's yeah. Aha. Good, Joseph. Shows you're still here. So we're back at this scene now, Commander, bringing this back up like us. So, do we think after this that the only reason Kirk got Commander Enterprise is because Pike handpicked him? That is a brilliant question, and Stuart especially gravitated towards that. You guys tell me in the chat right now. Is this implying that specifically, because Pike saw Kirk as a great leader, as a great captain, that he therefore pushed, encouraged, allowed, expedited Kirk's career a smidge, and gained him the seat either on the Enterprise through recommendation, because boy, the old captain says he should be the new captain, probably gonna have some weight, or in just general terms of his career, kind of like Michael Burnham with Spock saying, you know, you must find that one person that can balance you, and it's like, oh god, she made him like Kirk, ugh, whatever. Is this implying that? Oh, is it implying it? My answer, my vibe, I was inclined to say probably not, or to a small degree. Stuart was far more thinking it does. I hadn't thought that. but I think it's clear that he has enough merit to get it on his own, and that I would personally, I would link it all together. He earned his Enterprise slot, and when his name was put forward to Pike, because he was fine before Kirk got command, that he yesed it. You know, he gave his blessing in a positive way versus actively encouraged it. Because I think that's sad that because of Discovery time crystals, Kirk became Captain Enterprise. You know, that's just me. Kirk's clearly bright enough without that. Ooh, it says should I do that ad? Yes. Thanks so much. Okay, there was another ad. What a cool feature, and boy, it does definitely help our things. So yeah, yeah, Joseph says he thinks he handpicked him to be captain of the flagship. See, I just would prefer if he handpicked him based on his own existent work, but knowing the future stuff. That said, he doesn't know Kirk is important in the long run. Just that he was a good captain in this battle, which does help. Like, he knows Spock is Mr. Special Man. So, yeah. It's a hard balance. I don't like all these predestination paradoxes so much. It's not a public show. Yes. Okay, so I asked, with 120 votes, 120, if you had to pick one, as I prefer this, 68% balance of Terror, and 32% balance Terror 2, this one. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a fair result for me personally. I just think it's better written, but it's a simpler one. You know, it's a clarity of simply. Yeah. I've. If you saw an ad, let us know. Let me know, because I don't see an ad. I nothing changes on my end. Let me know. Do you see an ad? Because boy, it helps our live, surprisingly. John says, right, either way Kirk earns it. If Pike chooses him, Kirk learns it by doing a good job in the future. That doesn't happen. Yeah. Ha! NC fade. But then we lose out on, because you could super chat by not doing that. Sort of. Ad for Liberty Mutual. God, that's so strange. Well, Eric, he wouldn't have picked it because he knew he was going to be injured, so predestination and all that. Right, new poll. Anyone got a recommendation for a new poll? Because I really enjoyed seeing you guys' reactions. So, watch ask as a new poll, and we are $11 from a lovely number, but we are 61 from a fantastic number. I mean, fantastic. Like end of season goal level fantastic. 71 math 71, close, really close. And I really want to see source pop show, interesting. Yeah, and I really want I really want to see your scores at the end. I'm really interested in that when we get there in a second. I really want to know. I haven't got Stuart's metrics obviously because he's not here, but I hope he sees and hope he's okay, because I no communication is tricky. I'm doing well for being up. God, 18 hours. Let's see, 7:38. How many hours between 7:30 a.m. and 1 a.m. I've been awake 17 hours. God. Such a long time. Sorry, I'm doing very well considering. Alright, I got my review scores up. Okay, cool. But we're almost done. Poll. At least 2 inspiration. That's great. That's fantastic. Yeah, I don't try. I get that. Oh yeah, Darth Eddie. I think that's a winning one there. I think that's a winning. Did you like the use asparagus design? Oh, that is a wrong spelling. Yes. No. Ah, that's HTML. No. Or, meh, just a kit bash, which is fair, because it was a kit bash. And that's okay for TOS. But I see Patrick James, my goodness, you have season finale'd us with a giant win. I love seeing the purple ones. You know, getting 15.75 is amazing. $75 just because you and the captain rock. Well, that is amazing. I will take a picture of this. Oh, goodness. And send this to him when he has internet, because that is very, very generous. You know, anything higher than a 30 is like, wow, thank you so much. That is amazing. You guys rock. Chuck, Samuel, thanks for the great live stream and review. Thank you. How have I done? I don't do many of these solo ones, but we really needed to do this, and then you guys have done amazing. How have I done as a solo one? I've done a pretty detailed review, I think. I've gone almost 3 hours, which is longer than we normally do. I like to think I give quite good analysis, breakdowns, thoughts. How have I done? I prefer our ones with Stuart, but I hope I did a good job. Anyway, so we go back to present, time crystal. It's poignant. It's nice. It's sweet. He feels different. I like the TH Kirk. It's so it's lovely and cringe. It's nice. Winona, yeah. Wait, what? Is that Winona Ryder played the mom? Hold on. Hold on. No, okay. That was the one. What a great name, Winona. Anyway. Kirk, he's an up-and-comer. Spock, you're amazing. He's the scene. And it's fun to see him act discernibly different. And Pike's walks off the bridge with such wonderful reverence. And Una's there because she hasn't been episode, and switch to the gals swap places again. I was like, why aren't they in the proper stations? It is nice. I was not expecting her to be there because she just left, but okay. But it's like, I love you all. And as a season ending, this is like a nice note. However, the sort of girlfriend chimes in. Meet me with you and Una. I'm like, oh, that's not going to be good. I knew that going in. And no, the red guards grab her. I like the little chicken of she was illegal basically, and it's like, yes. What does that mean? Why is that important? Whatever. And we get a really, this won't be the end of it moment, and literally a fourth wall breaking look. I will say with this, I'm intrigued because the future version of him knew she went to prison. The present real them, she went to prison. Well, there's years between where nothing should change. So we know that Una is going to be in prison for at least a few years. So what a weird thing. Are we saying Rebecca Romaine is leaving? She hasn't been given too much. I mean, maybe they can put it off for a bit of time, but this feels like we can't undo that. They've the way their framework works there. It's an odd thing to do, in my opinion. I like the end. It's a powerful oomph. It's very much Lower Decks. I mean, are you kidding? It's they've got Picard season finale with the ships. They got Lower Decks season finale with taking the crew member away. It's kind of weird they pull from each other so much. But it's like but she's in prison and she's never in Star Trek again. So it I don't know. It felt like such a there's nothing we can do vibe, which I was not expecting for the end. But Oliver Lavery Farage, It says, at the beginning, Paul versus Kirk jarred little, but by the end of the episode, I really started to warm to a new interpretation. Also fair. Again, good captain, good acting. But not a great Kirk yet. But he's not meant to be our Kirk. So it's a tricky one to review. B Churn, $1. Thank you. Samuel, I wish you do a more regular hangout when we talk about whatever, like Stu does, or as time difference makes it difficult. Yes. And, you know, I would appreciate, you know, cause you guys are going to come and join for those. Because Stuart gets loads of people in Super Chats and such. I get jealous sometimes. But yeah, you know, it'd be nice to do more, for sure. But thank you. Alyssa Jericho, La'an was so pointless this episode. Yes, on purpose. So was Hammer. Well, he's dead, sorry. So was Mbenga. So was Chapel. They're all. It's a Pike Spot Kirk episode. That's good. That's fine. It's good. They've kicked so much butt. Everyone else is factor in. It's fine. Trekyards, how do you know Pike won't get Una back? Because she's in prison in the other timeline, which doesn't change for years. So that's the future. That's what happens. I mean, you know, and she's never in Trek again, so. Yeah. Giorgio, many murders, and, you know, she's in prison. Corbin, why wasn't the Farragut Connie? Wasn't there Connie in TOS? I know. Yes, no, we all assumed it was. Doesn't mean it was, though. It's tricky. It's tricky. Ooh, I wish it was a two-parter. It was long enough. It could have been a movie rather than a two-parter. It was very good. Be Turin. I wanted more of an on as Kirk's number one with him in Shuttle. Yes, more, yeah. Yeah, that. Yeah, but then Kirk would have seemed as cool. I get that. That would have been fun. I do get that. Yeah, Christian, yeah. Hammer opposite. So, guys, we are a wonderful. We hit the first number, but if we can hit another $43, we have just smashed, thanks to the 75 and 50, smashed. But 9 likes. What did I say? $43. And keep voting the poll. I'll do one more poll. I asked, do you enjoy the Farragut design? 62% yes, 21% meh, 16% no. But we'll do scores in a mere moment. I'm just going to swap out to the thumbnail. That is too blue. Where is it gone? There it is. Okay, cool. So last poll. Which had a better first season? Now this is gonna be a hard poll. Well, maybe not. Okay. Which had a best Oh, Joseph. Isn't it canon breaking if Pike and Kirk meet? Didn't Kirk say in Marjorie they never meet? Yes. Yes, it would. But they haven't met yet. They alternate met. So, that's different. Saucy Papa Show. That's oof. Lost a lot of goals. While he was missed, you did a fine job with his stream without Stuart. We've been spoiled having new episodes track every week for almost a year now. Kind of sad it's going to be a couple of months till we can get our fix again. Crazy. Thank you. I appreciate that a lot. And yes, but hey guys, I'm legitimately excited to have a break from New Trek to do some ships on Saturdays. We've done a lot of ships on Saturdays. We actually have. We do them as much as we can. But I'm very excited to see some classic ships, classic Trekyards, me and Stuart doing our thing, lives during the week. I'm sure we'll hit TNG straight away. So there will be episode reviews with TNG, which will be really. Oh, this is wrongly framed. Yeah, just a nice refresh break. I think Lower Decks are next. Freaking great. freaking great. And Prodigy, I want to see Prodigy. I know some things. I want to see them happen. But Stuart, what do you think of Stranger World Season 1, Episode 10?
Well, I thought it was good. If I was to say what I liked, I would say the ships, the acting, the technology, the bridge, the light of the bridge was phenomenal. You know I like the dark bridge. He's over here. Yes. I like Kirk, but not that much. I like Old Pike a lot. I like the uniform. Not the best, but I like it. I like the Romulan ships, all of them actually. The Praetor. It was a really good episode. If me, Puppet Stuart, was gonna score it out of 10. Now, obviously, guys, if you want to score it now out of 10, Puppet Stuart will read the super chat scores in as normal, because one of us Stuart's gotta do it. And Samuel will read the non-super chat scores. So if you want to say something for Puppet Stuart to say, that's me. Hello. Super chat scores right out of 10 for this episode of Stranger Worlds. Balance of Terror 2, The Reckoning, and Samuel will read everything else. I think Puppet Stuart would give this episode, and let's see if I'm right to what real Stuart would say. Do I have to make an addendum for Puppet Stuart and then play? No, I think I do, don't I? Okay. I got bars for our names. I have to put Puppet Stuart. Puppet Stuart. Oh, that's great. Okay, hold on. Okay. Well, I'll say. I will give this episode a 9.3 out of 10. I do declare 9.3. We'll see how close it is to real Stuart. Oh, hold on. Later on, when he has internet again. So goodbye, everybody. Oh, I know, unless super chats. All right, I'll stay around. I'll stay around.
The power of a Puppet Stuart. Okay, so I'm guessing he's gonna say 9.3. Oh god. Okay. Vote in the poll as well. I want to see the last poll. No, NC Fred, we're not gonna review those things. Isa Banur. He doesn't do it very often. He does it every 20 minutes. You know. And Box Top Dollar. Yes, this is a big end of season 1. We bloody rely on them, so people are amazing, and it brings a real, joy. On House Joe is a southern gentleman. I guess he's from southern Canada. It's afraid. Can still do a Samuel voice. I'll tell you, this is the most Texan game ever. Here comes the Texan Canada. The saucy puppet. This is Stuart. Oh, it's great. Kyle's just Foley. What I felt the puppet streamer. They try to sell me a bucket of chicken. That's his side hustle. That's great. Ontario fried chicken. Oh god. I would like to file a full complaint regarding the appropriate of puppets. That's great. Okay. Last chance. Well, I mean, our next goal is $18. That's $18. So anyone wants to super chat for Kentucky Fried Stuart, $18. That's all I'm gonna say at the end. I'll be the non-scores. Oh no, what am I going to give it? Sorry. Yeah, put your last minute scores on. I want to know. Me, good episode, really good episode. Pike, so strong, kicks butt. You wonder why I wanted him for the season. Really good. Spock, good. Used well, maybe a little underused. Good. Kirk, he'll grow on us, but I'll need a lot more oomph to do that. Good space CG, good internals. I like the new lighting. I wish they'd put a bit more TOS, but there's clear a few hints. Script's solid. Bounce Terror is really solid. I look forward to rewatching Bounce Terror. See a comparison. That'll be really fun. I've seen it recently-ish. No, it's really good. The first episode I like so much because it's a Star Trek story in its own right. This is literally a Star Trek story in its own right, but done much better than Into Darkness, etc. So I think it's a really good episode. I think my score, God, and I can cheat because I have my other scores, so I know what's the highest of the season. God, is it the best of the season? Is it the best of the season? That's so tricky. God. Oh, the first one was a better ensemble. Oh God, but this one also had some nice CG and some nice. Oh my God. Because I know what will be the best of the season if I. Oh, but it was good though, wasn't it? And I am, I wouldn't leave wiggle room because there's things I could have done that would have improved it, make it a bit more oomph. But that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna give it a top of season mark. I'm gonna give it a 9.1. No, but that seems too low. Oh. 9.2. Isn't much higher. So less than Puppet Stewart. Oh God. Still fantastic. Anything above a 9 is a very well done. I think what I would change, I would make the Farragut more different set wise. I would have more La'an. I think that's definitely worth it. I would have better Kirk. Yeah. But yeah, very, very solid. So your non-super scores, and then we'll do Puppet Foley. Let's see. 8.8 from Patrick, 9.8 from Joseph, which is a hell of a score. 9 out of 10 from Devereaux, 8 out of 10 from Stanley's, 9.5 from Colin Barrett, 7 out of 10 from Enzi Fade, which you didn't like this one. So that is still a high score, sir. That is still a respectable score. That is a discovery on a good day. that is better than most of Picard season 2. So that is still a good score. Aussie 9.6. Amazing. Darth Eddie 9.5. Charles 9. Hell of a score. Anna 7 out of 10. Peter Choran 8 out of 10. Fleet Yards, I haven't seen V, so I couldn't say, but I do want to do some more Star Wars ships for Fleet Yards. I do. I spent a bit of I spent a lot of time prepping some Star Wars stuff with some really nice renders. I would like to do some more Star Wars personally, but we'll see. You guys don't watch it, so it's a Trek channel. I get it. Just SC Scout Guy 9. I hate pronouncing names wrong, but Hajalti, sorry, 9.3. So Puppet Stewart's score. Ryan K 8 out of 10 prototypes. Eric 9 out of 10. John McWatt 9.9. Damn. Patriot 9 out of 10. Estroko 7.5. That's our lowest, I believe, so far. Aeon 9 out of 10. Zikmerus, butchering that, I apologize. 9.69. I know Stuart feels like a cop out with points. I know when we started doing lives and reviews, he refused to point something. And I was keen from the start because it's so important to differentiate. Because the 9.9, 9.91 is, or 9.17 is important. Costumes are amazing, Samuel. Thank you. Oh, for the puppets. Yeah, they're great. They're really good puppets. Valkyrie 8.9. Aussie 9.9. You've already said. Dr. Sim 9.5. Sorry. Mega Burns 9.8. Oliver 9.5. SV Skuru 8. Joseph 9. Project Akiva 8. No, SC Scout Guy. Darth Eddie 10. Eric Martin 9.975 and Optimus 7.5. Ooh. And the real Hazrul Dawn. Do go back and watch the scenes with him, because we did talk about him on I wouldn't say fan film, but he was definitely not the Kirk we know and love, but he isn't the Kirk we know and love in the context of the story. But I would say, how do I rate Kirk out of 10? I mean, I'd give him a 7. And at the top level's just being better. Oh my god, Corey, 10 out of 10. Crazy. So, the 2 super chats. Wait, something just jumped. Why did that jump? What? Huh. That's weird. Okay, sorry, the currency just did a thing. That's weird. Right, puppet strip. Oh, gotta go find so many things. Oh, actually, I'll pull this more, can't I? Aha. Well, hello there, Chilton. No, wrong show.
SVS Guru 2000. Lower decks had higher highs, but on average, Strange Worlds was better. Discovery and Picard are not even on the list. Well, they are. I do say, there's more stuff on that. Well, I do declare, there you go. Kristen Montgomery, $1.99. 9.9999 out of 10. One of my favorite Trek episodes. My God. I don't know, I don't think I'd say that personally, but, it was good. I mean, TNG just, the storytelling is just nicer, and, the camera does not move as much. It's a little bit obnoxious. Do you want some chicken? He's got a little goatee of a Kentucky Fried Stewart. Snim McQueen, Strange New World Season 1 Finale, 8 out of 10. Oh yeah. Rich Klein, $5, Kentucky Fried Trekyards, 10 out of 10. I'm excited. Episode 10, 9.2 out of 10. Oh, yeah. What is my life on the show? I used to be a serious puppet. Then this fool makes me have an accent. I used to work in theater. I used to do plays. I was a Shakespearean actor. I was Hamlet. I was Romeo. I didn't eat fried chicken for 15 years. And I was happy. And then I came on the show. And I was here for mere moments. And my life got turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there, to tell you how I became the colonel of a place called Bell Fried Chicken. You made me say that shit too? What's wrong with you? That wasn't funny. You're an idiot. The other steward isn't here to tell you, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're a steward. You don't get it. What's wrong with you? I don't even like chicken. Steward. God. I'm sorry you had to see that, but I know you're all missing me, so goodness. Goodness golly. Well, I'm crying, it's great. Who's having fun today on Trekyards? Would you say that Puppet Foley was me? What, me? Third person. You stupid! Get your tenses right! Do you think that I, as Puppet Foley, should do more on the Trekyards channel? I think my accent voice can go to the moon and back.
I think this is what Sam calls being awake for 18 hours madness. But seriously, Helby, he's a fucking idiot. Oh, okay. I'm gonna go to bed now. I've had enough of this Kentucky Fried accent. So good night, everybody. Thank you for all the phenomenal super chats. I saw them all from on the table. It's actually a fly in here. And anyway. All those amazing super chats. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And tune in for our weekend videos. I am not on them. I was not asked. They're insensitive. I could, I, as the Kentucky Fried Captain, could talk about the Romulan flagship all day. I loved it. So, idiots. Good night, one and all. From Puppet Foley. Puppet Foley out.
That was a very long segment of Puppet Foley. Woo! What did the chat say? KK, I missed number 1 most of the season. Hope we see more. I want to see more too. So the Puppet Show, Puppet Foley, please give me a call. I've got a job opportunity for you. Well, give him a call. His number is puppet. Yeah, there we go. Puppet Yards. Yes. Whew. Thank you again, guys. Amazing. I've never seen Foley's animated. Oh, thank you so much. You guys have been amazing. Seriously, I was jumping in, seeing would it be good, but not. You guys have boom. Look forward to, well, you'll see us over the weekend, as I said, on good videos. I'm proud of all of them. Mondays, well, I can say it now because we've done spoilers. Monday is the Wrath of Khan video, the uniform. Really happy with that. A lot of good stuff. I found stuff that you didn't realize some good stuff. And the poll, yeah, final result on the poll. I asked, which had the better first season? Oh my god, these results. I'm gonna send this to the Stranger World guy as well, because that is well, can we get 10 more votes on the poll so I can get 100 round number to send to my Stranger World contact? Yeah, can we get 10 more votes to the poll? 100 votes. It's at 91. Yeah, just vote in the poll briefly. What was your favourite first season? I would appreciate it. Let me know. Vote in the poll, 91. Let's see that jump to 90, 100, 90, 1,000. Those are numbers. Yeah, I was at Con all day as well. Do I have any good pictures to show you while I wait? 93 votes. Give us some votes. Give us some votes. I can show you one picture that we had taken. At 94 votes. This was me today. If it'll, well. Wow, what a great... There we go. This is me with, well, okay, fine. This is us with, Gowron himself. Robert O'Reilly. I was actually in Voyage the entire day, pretty much, and then, I swapped for another photo shoot, so that's Robert O'Reilly. And he remembered us. It was always a pleasure. I don't know if you guys saw me, this is what I was doing earlier in the day. Voyaging it up. 96 votes, guys. Vote in the poll. Stranger Worlds, or Picard, or Lodex. Go on, guys, 4 more votes. Actually, 4 of you haven't voted. Yes, Jeffrey, you are very late. This has been a very long one. Stuart's not here. Go back into the whatever. Christian, that's good. Thanks, Enzy Fade. Yeah, 97 votes, guys. Vote in the poll. I want 100 votes. Then I can go. I can show my Stranger World contact. He'll be happy. 98 votes. We're so close. Yes. And are you excited for TNG reviews back again? I'm assuming this week. Well, no, actually not. Probably next week because we'll have some big Stranger Worlds topics and the drunk retrospective. Lot of stuff. Yeah, 101. Thank you. Lot of good stuff to talk about in the retrospective. Good stuff. Well, thank you everyone so much. Have a great rest of your day. I'm going to go get them sleep because I am somewhat tired. Thank you so much. So until then, he is Captain Foley. I'm Connor Collins, and Puppy Foley. He's tired too. His accent's gone a bit weird. Goodbye, guys.